Hey, what's up guys? Sean here. So this weekend we're doing an overnighter at Crooked River Campground in Brooksville, Florida. So found this online. It's right on the Withlacoochee River. It looked like a pretty cool little spot, and I've got a trip coming after this one to base out of this campsite. So this will be a good campsite for 2 trips is what the plan is anyway. But yeah, let me show you around this site real quick. This is a beautiful little campsite, or campground I should say. Up right over here, you can't see it through the trees there hardly, but there's the bathrooms over there, and the bathrooms have running water, toilets, and they also have showers. So that's pretty nice. But yeah, it's a pretty good size tent campsite. This is a tent only campsite here. There's no RV hookups or anything in this campsite. Down the road here there are RV campgrounds, but this is tent only in here, which I'm gonna push the limits and set up a hammock right over there. So hopefully nobody messes with me about that. But it's got the fire pit there with the grate on it. Nice little picnic table. So typical campground. I know this is not exactly, you know, campground is not exactly the kind of camping that I like to do, but this is a nice little spot. I got a late start today, so this makes it nice to just be able to run down here and set up real quick and be able to spend a good comfortable night down here. And then the trip that I'm doing after this will be a good trip. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get my stuff out real quick, try to get set up, and get ready to just relax some. On second thought, before I get everything set up, I want to walk around over here. There's supposed to be river access from this campground, so let's walk over here real quick and take a look at that. Right over here is the bathhouse I was telling you about. I'm gonna need river access. So now the other thing I'll say is it says that there is on the website that there is water at each campsite. That doesn't look to be accurate. It looks like there's water sort of between the campsites. So that's just something to keep in mind. There is water. It's not specifically at your campsite. Like this sort of communal water. So this looks like the river access here. Boy, it looks like the river is low. My buddies are coming down the river to meet me tomorrow to do another trip, and they have had a rough time today with hurricane blowdown on the river, and the river looks low. So I don't know, we'll see. Tomorrow's trip may not be so much fun, but boy, it's pretty down here, I can say that. Wow. Check this out. Man, that's beautiful. But you can see how low it is, like the top of the hill up there. That's where the typical water line is, looks like. Super low. We can definitely use this for launching the kayak, so that won't be terrible, hopefully. But yeah, shallow. All right, so now I know where this is at. I know what I got to do tomorrow. I think it's time to go over here and get set up and get ready to chill for the night. It was a busy morning, and got some other stuff going on, so I could use just a little kickback time, so let's go do that. So I'm back here at camp. It's not all that far from here over to the little river access, so I've noticed that a lot of people around have been gathering firewood. I don't know if you're technically supposed to do that, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to gather up a little firewood just so I can have a little fire tonight. It's hot, it's not gonna be needed, but it'll be nice to have. And I did bring my little Uberleben Stoker firebox, or twig stove, whatever you wanna call it, so I can cook my dinner and stuff on that. But I need to go ahead and get my butt in gear. I'm running out of daylight over here. See that? So, gotta hustle. All right, so I was able to gather up a piece of good dry firewood, and this is good hard oak. And this will be plenty for me for tonight. I won't need any more than this, I don't think. There is some more back there if I need it, but I don't think I will. But I'm gonna just cut this thing up in some smaller pieces and just get ready to get me a fire going. Not a whole lot of pine in here, but I did find one pine cone back there, so should be able to use that to get our fire started. About due for a new blade for this saw, so we'll see how it does. Oh man, it is already ridiculously freaking hot. I'm so sick of this Florida crap. Okay, so I got us that oak buck down in the smaller pieces. I'm gonna split a few pieces of it up just so it'll be smaller pieces to get going, and I went ahead and got some other kindling and stuff like that, but I'll go ahead and have a few smaller pieces to get the fire going good and get ready to cook dinner and everything, and then later on I can have the bigger logs to throw on there. Like I said, I'm not gonna need it for too much. It's already after 7 now, so got a really late start today. I didn't even get on the road till after 3, and it was supposed to be 2 hours to come down here, but with that traffic, it was crazy, the traffic, so it was another freaking 45 minutes or so, so it was almost 3 hours to get down here. But that's okay. It's a nice little area. I actually hated to saw up that wood, because even though I'm using that handsaw, it's still noisy. And everybody around here is being nice and quiet and stuff, and here I am handsawing some wood out here. But it is what it is. Alright, so I'm gonna split a couple of these pieces up and get ready to get us a fire going. I'll tell you what, I kind of hate to say it because I kind of feel a little wimpy, but after getting all sweaty here, splitting up that firewood, I might take advantage of that hot shower tonight. If you got it, don't waste it, right? I don't know. It feels wrong, but I think that's what I'm gonna do. I went ahead and got all my kindling and stuff up here, and I'm breaking it down in the smaller sizes, and I'll have this fire going here in just a few minutes. Tonight for dinner, I just got some sausages. They're just easy to do for dinner, and that'll be fine. But this place actually is pretty nice. Now, some of the sites are open, pretty open and close together. But like this is number 80, and this is a huge site. And I've got a huge buffer. The road's over there, and then there's a huge buffer of trees between me and the other campsite over there. So it's pretty nice. It's like 13 bucks a night. That's kind of hard to beat. Now there isn't any electricity here, or at the sites. I mean, there's no electricity. So, but like I said, it's a tent camping site technically. There's no RVs. Actually, there's a sign over there that says no RVs beyond this point, but there is a couple that are parked in here. But they're obviously not hooked up because nothing to hook up to. That's the sound you want in kindling. If it bends and doesn't snap, it's still wet and it's going to be hard to light. All right, let's see what we can do here. This one may not be good and dry. I picked it up off of the ground over there. Come on, girl. Just leave it alone, let it get good and hot. See if it'll do it. Don't look like it. So I left it alone to go get me another bundle, and it took off. Just like that. Sometimes your best bet is to just leave it alone. Don't fuss over it too much. Just let it rock. All right, so the sign up there says alcohol is prohibited in here. So I absolutely will not be having a mixed drink tonight. I will not do it. So I'm gonna let this burn down to some coals, and I'm gonna get those sausages on here. I think they're cheddar sausages tonight. So that'll be good. Talk to the fellas who are gonna be meeting me tomorrow, and they stopped about 4 miles from here and are camping on the bank of the river. So that's cool. Fingers crossed, if everything goes right, I will be on the river tomorrow. That's the goal anyway. Still not sure if I'm gonna make this into its own video or if I'll just roll it into tomorrow's video. So if you keep watching this video and you see me in a kayak, you'll know that I just rolled it into the next video. I didn't think that pine cone was gonna do it. I thought it was gonna be too damp. It was giving me a hard time. I did pick it up off of the ground over there, but everything else is so dry. But I just left it. It was kind of smoldering. I left it and wandered off to gather another little tinder bundle. And when I came back, it was flaming up. So that worked out okay. Got a good little fire out of the deal. Not that I need it for warmth, because it's still warm, but the temperature's starting to change now. The sun has gone down, so the temperature's starting to get a little better. Looking forward to that. Supposed to be down to about 60 tonight, and so that'll be perfect in the hammock. I'm looking forward to that. I haven't slept in the hammock good in a while, so I was just getting ready to go ahead and set my hammock up, and I kind of got myself in a little bit of a pickle here. So I just switched out to my new ultralight hammock straps. The problem is, somehow, I've only got one hammock strap. I didn't get both of them in this hammock. And so that kind of leaves me a hammock strap shy. And so that could be a bad situation, but I think I've got it worked out. I'm gonna try to use my ratchet strap from the top of my vehicle and see if I can make that work. Fingers crossed anyway. Improvise, adapt, and overcome, right? But above all else, just be prepared to start with. You don't have to worry about this. Well, we are strung up here. I guess there's only one way to know if we are crisis averted. See if this thing will hold my weight. Nope. Nope. Well, that wasn't very graceful. All right, let's try it again now. Hopefully this will hold. All right, I think we got it this time. Gracious. All right, got to get this bed made up. Well, I haven't completely botched a camp like this in a long time. I just realized that for some reason I brought my top quilt and not my bottom quilt or under quilt. It's only supposed to get down into the 60s tonight. Probably not a big deal here. But on the river it might be. So what I'm gonna try to do though is I brought my top quilt thinking it was my under quilt. and I brought a blanket to go on top of me because it's not getting cold. Just a little light packable down blanket to go on top. And that top quilt is actually a top quilt or an under quilt, but I don't have the suspension for it. But I may be able to just use some cordage and make just a simple suspension for the weekend and just get through with it. Man. This is one of those things that's just like one thing after another. Oh well, we overcome. All right, so I just took some of the cordage that I had and made a little suspension for this top quilt that is also an under quilt, and I was able to make that work. So now, I'm still a little leery of this thing, to be honest with you. The thing is, there's no spring in the suspension to the under quilt. It's just some tar mariners line. So because of that, I'm having to let it hang a little lower than I normally would, so I don't put too much pressure on it, but I think it's still going to be okay. And I've got it right there. So ultimately, I think it's going to be fine. It's not too tight up under me, so I think that's going to be okay. All right, so got the grill going good. I got some of these better with cheddar smoked sausages. So I think these things are going to be really good. And I can guarantee you that this has absolutely no alcohol in it. That's good. So, I know that there's probably somebody out there that's just cackling, dying laughing because of that. And that's fine. I got a laugh out of it too. But, you know, some of you might be thinking, well, you know, he looks like an idiot. Why does he leave that in there? And there's a reason for that. Because this kind of thing happens. It happens to everybody. And yes, I made some mistakes and overlooked some things. And I haven't done it in a long time, but it does happen. And so I do have the power to edit, you know. I could easily just reshoot a scene and edit that thing where you would never even know that that happened. But I don't want to do that because there's somebody out there that needs to know that it doesn't always go right. And it doesn't always go right. You know, as you can see, you know, I camp a lot. I do this a lot. And it happens to me still. So don't let a setback like that throw you from camping. Things happen. Sometimes it doesn't always go right, but that doesn't mean it'll never go right. So, but I feel like somebody needs to know that it just happens to everybody. So. Now he's gonna stop. There's a owl hooting right above me somewhere. Looks like these sausages are about ready to be pulled off of there. Oh, hot, hot, hot. Couple more minutes. Man, I'm feeling kind of spoiled tonight. I got my nice little sausages here. Got some tiki torch light. Nice fire over there. Things are starting to look up. So, got me a little of this mule sauce that comes with when I order the stickers. Got to order some new stickers. I'm about out. But this stuff is actually really good. Can't figure out how to get into it. I got a knife right here. I'm telling you. Oh yeah. This is kind of, it's hot sauce, but it's not super hot. And it's got a good flavor to it. Well, better cheddar sausage. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can even see, I don't know if you can see that, but there's some cheese in there. It's freaking hot. It just came off the fire. I mean, it would stand the reason it would be hot. Good gracious. It's good though. Those better cheddar sausages are really good. I like the jalapeno ones too. Those are really good. Yeah, that's good. Can you hear that owl? He was right up here above me earlier, but he's back over here now. I am fat and happy. I'm full. And I think I'm about ready to climb in that hammock and crash for the night. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Hey, good morning. So I slept pretty good last night. It got cool. It's about 62 this morning. But the underquilt that I made worked perfectly, no problem. So yeah, I slept good last night, man. And that strap that I had to use, it worked perfect. It held me up, and thank goodness, because that wouldn't have been very much fun in the middle of the night. But we made it work. This is a nice little campground. Everybody's been pretty quiet last night. And Pretty nice little place. The bathrooms up there are nice and clean. Well kept. The loop all the way around here is paved. I know you saw that already, but the loop is paved and the road in is nice. So this is a nice spot. I'm gonna go ahead and get me some coffee made this morning. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just use my little Uberleben firebox so I can just get some twigs together and make my coffee real quick, because I'm gonna have to pack up fairly quickly because I don't know what time those guys are gonna get on the river, and I wanna meet them over there at that boat ramp when they come through. So I need to go ahead and get going because I don't want them having to wait for me. But first, coffee. Got the coffee water hot. I love that little Uberleben Stoker twig stove. I didn't like twig stoves in the past. I know I've told you that, but I love that little thing. So it actually burns really good. It's not hard to keep a fire in it. It's hungry. It wants to be fed, but the thing works really good. This morning I'm having a double shot of Cafe Bustelo because I'm kind of under the gun and hustling. I just found out that the guys are already, if not on the water, they're fixing to be on the water, and they're only like 4 miles downstream. So I've got to get this stuff packed up real quick and get the boat down to the water and get on the river. So last thing I want is those guys having to wait for me. I hate people waiting on me. So time to drink this coffee and hustle up. I need to stir it first though. Nice thing about Cafe Bustelo, it comes with its own stirrer. That's just what I think. I don't recommend you stirring your coffee with those. Coffee. Hot and strong, but good. I should have got up earlier. I should have got up earlier. I was sleeping too good. Shoot. That's hot. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get this place packed up and ready to go. I'm kind of hustling around here. I appreciate you guys watching this video. I know it's kind of hectic. I know things kind of didn't go right, but I appreciate you guys watching it anyway. If you enjoyed this video, give it that big thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down there and ring that notification bell so you get notified next time we put out a video. And I'll see you next week for part 2 of this video. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you next week.